In a major success for Narendra Modi government, the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack mastermind Tahawwur Hussain Rana was brought back to India on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. after 15 years. Escorted by a joint team of National Investigation Agency and RAW from the United States, the 64-year-old terrorist will be lodged in Tihar Jail and face charges of conspiracy, waging war, murder and terrorism under the UAPA. While praising the government for its diplomatic win, Union Home Minister Amit Shah hailed the extradition of Tahawwur Rana, a prime accused in the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. Speaking at an event on Wednesday, Shah praised Modi's unwavering commitment to India's sovereignty, stating, "Tahawwur Rana's extradition is a big success of PM Modi's diplomacy. He will be brought to India to face trial and punishment." The 9th edition of Global Technology Summit commenced in New Delhi on April 10 with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar inaugurating the event. Jointly organized by the Ministry of External Affairs and Carnegie India, GTS is India's premier platform on geotechnology. This year's theme, Sambhavna, explores emerging technologies for inclusive growth and global cooperation. Over 150 speakers from more than 40 countries are participating in more than 40 sessions on AI, cybersecurity, data governance, and tech partnerships. In a display of her defiance, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that Waqf Amendment Bill will not be implemented in West Bengal. While Hindus of the state reel under economic and religious oppression and safety concerns, Mamata echoed her blind support to the Muslims of West Bengal, who constitute 40% of the population, signaling at vote bank appeasement. For publicly refusing to accept Supreme Court's verdict, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has been served a contempt notice. This follows the Apex Court's April 3rd ruling that upheld the Calcutta High Court's decision to cancel nearly 26,000 illegal SSC appointments. The notice dated April 10 and issued by Advocate Siddharth Datta on behalf of NGO Atmadeep refers to Banerjee's April 8 speech in which she alleged a conspiracy behind the judgment and questioned the court's authority. Following a series of encounters since March 24, night cordon was intensified on Wednesday in Jammu Kashmir's Udhampur and Kishtwar districts as security forces engaged terrorists. In Udhampur's Jofer belt, 2 to 3 terrorists were trapped after a 2-hour gunfight. A similar operation in Kishtwar's Chhatru forest saw brief firing. Security forces continued tracking terrorist movements after earlier clashes killed 2 terrorists and martyred 4 policemen. Amid the ongoing Yamuna cleanliness row between the BJP and the AAP, Delhi's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party has now taken action. Lieutenant Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena, Chief Minister Rekha Gupta and Parvesh Sahib Singh inspected drain cleaning operations at Wazirabad. The Delhi government has assigned the Flood and Irrigation Department the responsibility of ensuring timely maintenance. The Wazirabad drain remains a major source of pollution in the Yamuna. The IMD has warned of a fresh heat wave on April 14 to 15 in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. Delhi, already experiencing heat wave conditions, may get relief with rain and thunderstorms on Thursday and Friday. On Wednesday, 4 Delhi stations recorded heat wave conditions, with Safdarjung hitting 40.5 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, Gujarat's Kandla recorded 45.6 degrees Celsius, the highest in India. In a dramatic turnaround, just a day after announcing sweeping tariffs on nearly 90 countries, US President Donald Trump on Wednesday defended his decision to impose a 90-day pause on most reciprocal tariffs, excluding China. Speaking outside the White House, Trump said that the pause was necessary as people were becoming anxious about his trade strategy. His remarks came amid global market unrest and rising concerns over the impact of his so-called Liberation Day. As China was excluded from tariff relief, President Donald Trump responded by raising tariffs on Chinese imports to 125% on Wednesday, shortly after China imposed an 84% duty on US goods. Accusing China of showing disrespect, Trump said other countries chose dialogue over retaliation. The intensifying US-China trade war now threatens to increase costs for American consumers and further strain China's already sluggish economy. Following Trump's imposition of 125% tariffs on China, the Chinese Ministry of Commerce declared that if the United States continues to escalate economic and trade restrictions, China has both the firm resolve and adequate resources to take necessary countermeasures and will fight to the end. This strong statement came just ahead of ministry's announcements of new tariff hikes, underscoring China's tough stance and rising trade tensions between the two global powers. After several days of market turbulence, global stocks rallied sharply following US President Donald Trump's unexpected reversal on sweeping tariffs. On Wednesday, Trump announced a 90-day suspension of new import tariffs for all countries except China, easing fears of a potential recession. Wall Street responded strongly, with the Dow surging nearly 8% of the Nasdaq soaring over 12%, the best performance in 24 years. After the US President Donald Trump paused reciprocal tariffs on several nations, India is pushing to fast-track a trade deal with the US. In February, both nations agreed to conclude the deal by year-end, aiming for $500 billion in trade by 2030. India, impacted by US tariffs, especially in electronics, jewelry and shrimp exports, plans tighter import scrutiny, including against Chinese dumping. Following Tuesday's catastrophic roof collapse at the Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo, Dominican authorities ended rescue efforts on Wednesday as the death toll surged to 184, marking the nation's worst disaster in decades. Over 500 were injured, including merengue legend Ruby Perez and two ex-MLB players. Officials declared all survivors' search is complete, shifting focus to body recovery amid national mourning. Tensions are escalating between US and China over reciprocal tariffs. China's yuan fell to a 17-year low after new US duties took effect. The yuan closed at 7.3498 per dollar on Wednesday, its weakest level since December 2007, following a record low in offshore trading. With Trump's 125 tariffs now in place, Beijing is considering economic support measures, while the central banks work to curb further depreciation by instructing state banks to limit dollar purchases. Amid escalating tariff tensions, China issued a travel risk alert for citizens visiting the US, warning of security concerns and deteriorating China-US trade ties. The Culture and Tourism Ministry urged caution, while the Education Ministry advised students to assess risks in certain US states. This follows Trump's 125% tariffs on Chinese goods, excluding China from a 90-day tariff pause granted to other nations. Amid escalating tensions, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused China of turning a blind eye as at least 155 Chinese nationals were found fighting for Russia. Kyiv released dossiers with names, passport details, and battlefield captures. While Zelensky asserted Beijing was aware, he stopped short of accusing China of direct involvement. China rejected the claims as unfounded, as Zelensky alleged Russia used TikTok and official channels to recruit and pay the fighters. During their 4-day state visit to Italy, King Charles and Queen Camilla paid a surprise visit to Pope Francis on Wednesday. According to the Vatican, the 88-year-old pontiff, who is recovering from pneumonia, exchanged warm wishes with King Charles, who is undergoing cancer treatment. Gujarat Titans defeated Rajasthan Royals by a dominant margin of 64 runs at Narendra Modi Stadium, Ahmedabad. A complete team performance with both bat and ball helped Gujarat Titans climb to the top of the IPL 2025 points table. Royal Challengers Bengaluru, led by Rajat Patidar, will take on Akshar Patel's Delhi Capitals in match 24 of IPL 2025 at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, Bengaluru. The clash is scheduled for Thursday, April 10th, starting at 7:30 p.m.